favorites.
Yeah, I just accept it as if I've chosen it.
and let's not forget to wish you a quick recovery.
Thanks for that.
Not a problem at all.
You still awake over there, James?
I am. I'm just arranging my speakers so I don't have all kinds of echoes and all that stuff. How's everybody?
It's another week in TitanX land.
Yeah. Is it heaven or is it the other one? There's never a dull moment, right? There's never a dull moment in TitanX. The whole ecosystem, whether there's projects kicking off or, Hyper's doing this and TitanX is doing that. Things are coming to Pulse Chain.
Yeah, it's definitely a roller coaster for everybody, especially like in crypto. You got, a week goes by and news is already forgotten and they're looking for the next set of news. So, yeah, it's a roller coaster.
Yeah, that's definitely a good way to put it. You have such a way with words, dude. Such a way with words.
So, just wanted to mention let's give it a couple more minutes before we kick off. Thanks for everyone who's joined. In another couple of minutes, we will kick off. Thank you. Okay, let's kick off now. It's 5 minutes past the hour. And I must say again, thank you everyone for joining. I think we've managed to continue with these sessions every week, and it is for good reason. I think we know we're here for TitanX. We're here because we all believe in TitanX, and that belief may take the form of it may take different forms, but what brings us together here is the great protocol that TitanX is and promises to be going forward. So it's always good, as we normally kick off every week, is to collectively take a look at the vitals of TitanX. So if you like the heartbeat of TitanX, it may be a boring time, and I think Dude has pretty much alluded to that bit. Well, there's no dull moment here, but in a way, it is also a really boring time for quite a lot of people. And I think I say boring is good. Timing is everything, and I think approaching the bull market and the fireworks that the bull market will bring, we are preparing, we're building, And typically, when you are building, yes, it could look as if nothing is happening and that it is really boring. But yeah, in a good sense of the word, boring is good. So let's take a look at these stats. I think one thing sorry, I must mention this for the benefit of the new people who are new here. I am on the TitanX website. I am actually on the stats page, and I'm looking at the TitanX distribution. Now, if you look at the pie, something that jumps out if you were here last week is Hyper. Hyper continues to grow, or Hyper's piece of the pie continues to grow. Last week, you will recall that Hyper was 2% of the entire TitanX distribution. Today, it is 6.39%. So, in as much as it may seem as there isn't much happening, there is actually a lot happening. So, I think if we move on and look at the liquid TitanX out there, it's 27.8%. Staked amount is 16.93%. If we look at the buy and burned, it's 34.7%. And we look at the build on TitanX protocols, that is also a piece of the pie that continues to grow, and that is 14.75%. So just to recap, what we're looking at here is the TitanX distribution. Now, the portion of the pie that falls under buy and burn will never hit the market, or will never come back to the market. These have been bought and burned, and that's it. Now, the same applies to the build on TitanX protocols, and if anybody here, if I'm wrong on that, please feel free to correct me. But what you really do see here is that significant chunks of the pie here really is really off the market. So these are chunks of TitanX out there that are simply off the market. And so just taking a look and keeping an eye on the future, you have the staked bit, and of course the varying periods, different periods of staking, and some of these staked amounts may come in on the market in short term, medium term, long term. But I think when you take a look at this distribution and take a look at the future that we're surely heading towards, and that is, of course, a future where we all expect a bull market. I think we all know the story. I'm not going to bore you with that. I think we are definitely we are heading for a future where I think we'll be pleasantly surprised. The buy and burn is still well managed, over 34. Sorry about this. I mean, I looked at it earlier, but it's 13.7 million in the in V2, and now it's 16, just over 16 million. So long or short of it, it's 29, just over 29 million USD worth of ETH. I think so. This is fluctuating, between 29 million or thereabout to about 32, 33 million, depending on the price of ETH. So I think as long as we manage this, past the Bitcoin halving and the highly likely Ethereum ETF, I think we will continue to see a healthy buy and burn, or healthy buy and burn pools that can really kick in a good way at the right time. So that's good. Now we've got the USD amounts, if you like. We have the TitanX in terms of USD amounts, and we typically do go through these. And I would like to do that today. So liquid, we have over 20.8 trillion liquid TitanX. So this is circulating supply. And in terms of USD amount, that's 8.2 million. Well, if you look at this 8.2 million and you look at the amount of liquidity we have in the buy and burn, and this is putting aside the 1.2 million or thereabout that we have on the open market liquidity. I mean, what you have in the buy and burn could easily buy everything we have on the market multiple times over. So does it look healthy? Yes, it does look healthy. And we continue to say this, we've said this in the past, as long as we continue to manage the buy and burn pools effectively, for now, to be frank, and this is again my view on this, and of course everyone else may have, so others may have a different view. But as long as we manage the buy and burn pools effectively, we are really in good shape. State, over 13 trillion state. We've talked about that earlier, so I'm not going to dwell on that. I'm going to bypass penalties. That's not a significant amount. But the the build on TitanX protocols, we've got about 11.3 trillion TitanX sitting in the various protocols that have now launched. I think we now have about, including TitanX, we've got about, I think, 6 protocols. We are expecting Blaze at some point to launch. We're expecting Shogun at some point as well. And they of course, the various other protocols, if you want to take a look, you could look at on Mike Dean's TitanX hub. But the other protocol, which may very well launch within the next 4 to 8 weeks, is Pulsar. And we had an interview with Pulsar, I think it's a couple of weeks ago, and it seems there are exciting times ahead with what they are doing. So fingers crossed on that. Next 4 to 8 weeks, we should see another couple of protocols launch that will absorb, or should absorb a bit more TitanX. Okay, so just moving on, moving swiftly on to, let's see, the buy and burn. So in terms of fixed numbers, we're talking about 26.2 trillion TitanX tokens have been bought and burned. Now, in terms of USD term, well, in USD terms, that's 10.3 million USD, and that's of course TitanX's price as of today. So these prices will fluctuate depending on the spot price of TitanX. Now, Hyper is a project we've all looked forward to, and there is a separate entry for Hyper here. So Hyper buy and burn has actually over 3 trillion TitanX tokens have been bought and burned by Hyper, which is really good. TitanX tokens locked by Hyper is 1.8 trillion. So things are progressing, as boring as it may seem. Things are progressing. Now, I would like to just touch upon, just take a quick look at TitanX.watch, and we always give a shout out to Emin Shimon, who built this website, and he reflects the daily inflation. The last 24 hours, we've had 353 billion TitanX. So that is the inflation amount. In USD terms, that's 141,000 USD. Now, I think it's good to keep an eye on that inflation, because we know that the first 2 months of the year we had significant inflation. We've now, we're now pretty much in a phase where the inflation is much reduced, and we're getting protocols built in the next few months leading up to August. That's the 280-day mark from launch. I think we are looking at we're looking at months where we may very well see significant deflation. But if you take a look at this inflationary amount, this inflation last 24 hours, you look at the amount in USD terms, and you look at the buy and burn, you could actually tell that it is just a question of when, not if. That button could be flicked or adjusted, and you would very well see you would see price action towards the direction that I think we all are looking forward to in the future. But yeah, for now, I think if you want to look at the mechanics of the project to see whether it makes sense, to see what's going on, I think these stats are very, very helpful. So I think on that note, I think I would leave it there. There would be space for us all to discuss what our thoughts are during this session. So I think on that note, I would say, Mike, do you have anything to add? I know you're not 100%, but you still made it to this session. So I must say thank you very much. Are you? Do you want to share a word or two?
Yeah, I'm going to share a word or two. I'm going to keep it short today. Thanks, Bane. And we normally say green candles, red candles. We're here every Sunday. But now I might add, Mike is sick, Mike is traveling. We're here every Sunday. You probably hear from my voice a little bit. I'm fighting a cold. It got really bad, but finally feel like human again. Well, today I had no steak today. I'm eating tropical fruits. I love jackfruit, so some of you guys know it, and some sugarcane as well. Those are my two favorite fruits, actually. So, anyway, eating jackfruit and sugarcane here currently. So, well, today is going to be a short one. I'm just going to be opening up TitanX.com, and I'm going to look at that, and we're going to look at these figures, burned and locked figures. So, at TitanX, well, since the price has dropped quite a bit, we have burned way more now. So TitanX has burned 26.21 trillion of its own supply. It's burned. So that's looking pretty good. Hyper is been growing like crazy. It's been burning TitanX like crazy. So we're now sitting at 3.07 trillion. So I mean, this is pretty good. All the burning going on. So looking forward how much that's going to be in a few weeks. Potentially, Hyper is going to be number 2, then overtaking DragonX. Yeah, we shall see how that's going to happen. And Helios is chugging along, pretty good so far. The numbers 421 billion. And we got Dune in the house today, so he's going to probably talk about Helios a bit more, what's going on there. And also James coming up number 5 with Baby DragonX. We finally got the prize now, so probably he can chime in and talk to us about how that worked out. Because now on TitanX Hub you can see the price. So I saw on deck screen now you can finally see the Baby DragonX price. And yeah, and since whenever the pair is there, I just update it and then we can see the price straight away. So that's looking great. And then Titan Legends, I think I'm going to have an interview upcoming, I think next week or so. I'll let you guys know how that goes. But I think from what I've been reading on Twitter, there was migration over to Pulse Chain. So everybody who had any NFTs, Titan Legends NFTs, they got airdropped on Pulse Chain as well. So I think that's what I had read on the Twitter. So yeah, looking great so far. I'll definitely have an interview and see how that migration went on and what will happen to the other ones. I guess they're just going to be somewhat worthless in some ways on Ethereum side. But yeah, we shall see about that. But all in all, that's pretty much it from my side for today. A bit short one here because yeah, I'm traveling and not feeling 100%. Feel much better, but yeah, full energy. We'll be back very soon. So thank you, and give it over to Dude for Helios.
Yes. Sorry, dude. Before you start, just like I'd like to mention, I think after dude, we will have Rainman, who is with us here from Blaze. I think he may just, of course, want to have a word or two to share with us about the status of Blaze, and of course, looking forward to that update from him. And then James, of course, if you have anything, any update that you would like to share with us, I think after Rainman, then of course you could share. So over to you, dude.
Hey, thanks. Yeah, I'll keep it short and sweet, like Mike Dean kind of started with. Just going over the. I was looking at the stats on Helios, and I'm looking at just recently all of the stakes that were started today, and how many people are using our burn amplifier to increase their shares or decrease the share cost, I should say. And I think that's an awesome stat because, like, when you look at the TitanX website on their stats, there's the section user burned, and it's saying the total number of TitanX burned from proof of burn 2.0 by other decentralized protocols. I'm noticing that we are the only protocol that is contributing to that stat, and we're at 210 billion TitanX that has been burned by us alone, which I think is cool. That's it's fun. Other news with Helios, we've got our DAO set up with custom voting weights. So when proposals come out and you want to vote, you can vote with your liquid HLX, you can vote with your stakes, and you can vote with your miners. All of those three different aspects count towards your total voting weight, which again I think is super awesome. And it's weighted to where if you're a max staker, you're going to get more weighting on your vote, which is to me a more fair setup. But anyways, yeah, come check us out in our Telegram as our DAO is really starting to kick off. Also, I just want to mention that we are full steam ahead with building our next project that will help feed fresh ETH into our investment pools, which is really what we've been talking about all along with sustainability with our protocol. Once our V2 and V3 treasuries start filling up, there's going to be constant burning, perpetual burning on Helios, and it will never stop. So exciting times ahead from us. So thanks, and I'll pass it on to James, or I'm sorry, to Rainman.
Yeah, not a problem. Just 1 minute. I think, dude, I think you probably want to share with the community that there is the first ever payout on Helios will be taking place this week, and in 3 days or so. So I don't know if you wanted to mention that at all, but I think it's good to mention that the rewards pool will pay out on day 22, which is either Tuesday or Wednesday. depending on your time zone. And so that is good. That's good news. So looking forward to that as well. And the payout, the payouts are definitely going to be in TitanX, and it's good to know that the payouts are working. I mean, we expect them to work definitely, each payout, and of course that staking is back. Staking and the payouts that we enjoyed a few months ago on a regular basis with TitanX, that's pretty much still alive and well within the ecosystem. Anyway, it seems Raymond is not up yet, so I think James could go ahead whilst we wait for Raymond, and if Crypto Kool-Aid has any updates with respect to Pulsar, we can then go with Crypto Kool-Aid, and then if Raymond is ready at that point, then yes, he can come up. Great. Over to you, James.
Yeah, thanks very much, Plan A. How's my audio? Is it coming through okay?
Yes.
Awesome, terrific.
Very well.
I'm gonna keep it really short. So we've had a successful 14-day fair launch, and we've been out for something like 4 days. We've kicked off our buy and burn, and we're currently now at 1.5 billion DragonX used to buy baby DragonX and then burn it. So we started off at 500 million, bumped it up to 1 billion, and then we ran a governance vote for 24 hours. We had, I think, 9 wallets participate, which was about 10 or 11% of the total wallet supply or total wallet holders. And we're now at 1.5 billion. So we're gonna run this through for a few days. And as for the price action, I've dropped a kind of a screenshot in this chat. I don't know. Hopefully, it showed up clear enough. So green candles are the best marketing, right? We always say that. And every time we do a buy and burn, the price is going up. 8%, 12%. 22% it went up one time. Now that's going to change, of course, as people start to sell. Maybe they want to reduce their position. Maybe they want to take some profits. And that type of thing. But the key is we're trying to learn some good things from what Helios is doing. I'm a big fan of their project. Constantly have syncs with Dude, and I thank him for those things. And we also have a future rewards pool. It's only 14%. So we're talking, we're talking less than, even if the price goes up in our market cap, we're probably, $5,000 to $8,000 in our investment pool. But we want to use that to have some sustainability. So we want to put that out. Maybe it's Aave lending. Maybe we keep some in ETH as it goes up. We're also going to put that to a governance vote. So the short-term plan is to get the price up. Basically convert about half of our investment pool into ETH, and then start generating rewards. So for sustainability of the protocol. So thanks for everyone. Please, if you have any questions, swing by the Telegram and ask them. I'm on Singapore time, so my time is, just check the time zone. I'm always stopping in though over a few hours, of course, when I wake up. So appreciate the time, and we'll be sticking around here to hear the next updates. Cheers, all.
Thanks, James. Thank you. Well, continuing with our build on TitanX updates. Yes, Raymond is here with us. So, Raymond, over to you.
Hey, everyone. How are you doing today?
Doing well. Thank you.
Good. Can you hear me okay? I know last time I had some mic issues.
Yes, I can hear you from my end. Mike, can you hear Raymond clearly?
Cool.
Okay.
Awesome.
Great.
Well, thanks guys for the consistency as always. And just a few things I wanted to share with you about Blaze and Titan Wars. Next week we're going to be able to release a lot more information, hopefully next Sunday with everyone. I did get permission from the guys just to let you know one thing about Blaze is, we're on track with everything, and we are set for around the Bitcoin halving to launch Blaze. And we have decided to go full DeFi from the start, and fully renounce the protocol on launch and let the cards fall, because we believe in the tokenomics, and there'll be multiple audits and testing of the protocol. And so therefore the buy and burn will not be adjusted in any way, shape, or form, and it will be set as in the white paper from launch. And that's a big deal for us, and I hope it is important for everyone else as well, just to bring some real stability in. And that's what I want to say about Blaze. So that's on track. And Titan Wars is coming up, and we're hoping that'll take a couple trillion TitanX off the market. And that's going to launch probably in about 2.5 weeks. Everything is on track for that now. We're finalizing with our devs as far as the DApp is concerned. Yeah, so that's about it. I don't know if anybody has any questions. I just wanted to keep it brief. Just wanted to share some stuff with you all.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Raymond. Well, if anyone has any questions, please feel free to come up and ask. I hope, Raymond, we will get a bit more detail in due course. I think we're all looking forward to Blaze, as you know, as well as the other projects that are being built. But yeah, it'll be good to get a bit more detail.
For sure. Yeah. And a lot of the team is out today. They're all these Irish guys in St. Patty's Day, right?
Yeah.
So, but nonetheless, the main goal of Blaze is to generate in return some value for your Titan, but also we're going to be burning a tremendous amount of TitanX as well as Blaze, and it'll be our main liquidity pool as well. And the Diamond Club, that's something that's pretty unique that Titan Wars is tied to. And so that's going to be interesting to see how these NFTs with utility mint out. Some beautiful designs and whatnot, and we're just going to make sure everything's on par for everybody and on the up and up.
Great. Well, do you have a question?
Yeah, I didn't really have a question, but I just wanted to point out, I think that's super awesome that you guys are going to renounce the buy and burn. That's something we haven't seen yet in the TitanX ecosystem. And I like all the different flavors of what everyone's doing. And, like with ours, we're turning ours over to the DAO. So those knobs aren't controlled by one person, which is unique in itself. But with you guys just completely renouncing it, then that's also very cool, because then I just feel like there's nobody to be unhappy with what the settings are at, because the settings are what they're set at. There's no turning it up or down. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So I think that's awesome.
Thanks, man. And I agree with you. And I like the fact that you all have a DAO, to accomplish a similar aspect, and other people are doing that. And because just one tweak, if we decided to leave the buy and burn, at our disposal to tweak, it could be a wrong tweak, or it could be a right tweak. And then is there another tweak after that? And that's not a road that any of us are interested in going down. We feel our tokenomics are strong enough, and our only concern initially was really if there was to be a critical error in the code. And I think we've alleviated that now, just based off our discussions with the devs and everyone else, that's not going to be the case because of testing before launch. So as long as that's all good with me, then I see no reason whatsoever to even touch the buy and burn.
Rock on. I'm excited for you guys to launch and join the Layer 2 club on the TitanX hub.
Oh yeah, TitanX is going to be going through the roof by the bull run. We just got to help make it happen and stay committed, and we're here. And I'm sorry, I can't go into too much detail about it, but I'm one of 8, and I got to honor that. And but we will have hopefully next week at the latest on the space. We'll be on here and we'll be chatting it up some more about some of the more important details that we've done as well.
Thank you. Thanks, Raymond. That's a really good update there. Definitely looking forward to it. That must be said, demonstrates a lot of confidence. And we'll see. I mean, the whole space is really an experiment, and the broader crypto space is also an experiment. So I think, you know, I think the more we experiment, the better. The more we experiment, the faster we get to what works, and what works will definitely serve the community. So thanks again. We're definitely looking forward to the further updates. Okay, Vets.
Thank you.
I think before we, I think definitely after you, we're definitely going to Crypto Kool-Aid for his update. So yeah, okay, over to you, Vets.
Hey, good morning.
Yes.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. So yeah, I just joined late. So if Crypto Kool-Aid hasn't given any updates, I probably want to hold off, I guess, on questions. Is this like a general builders spaces, or is this Titan Blaze specific?
This is the TitanX ecosystem. So
Cool.
You know, spaces for that. So of course, this is your build on TitanX protocols update that we're currently having now. So if you have a question for Crypto Kool-Aid, yeah, it'll be good to let's wait for Crypto Kool-Aid to give us his update.
Agreed.
And we can
Agreed.
access it.
Yep.
Good.
Thank you.
Great. Okay. Crypto Kool-Aid, over to you. And Raymond, thanks again. Raymond, would you mind putting your speaker on mute?
Yes, sir. Sorry, I thought it was. So it showed a mute on my screen. So I will do that. And if it does not mute, I'll join and come back. All right.
No, not a problem. That's great.
Yeah.
Okay. Crypto Kool-Aid, over to you. I think Crypto Kool-Aid may very well be having some technical issues. He's dropping out, and I think he probably will come back in. So I think while we wait,
can I just point out that I really like that this space is just turning into the weekly update for all things TitanX. You know, if there's one thing people want to get updated on, they can come here and listen and hear from all of the projects, like, and all of their updates all at one time. And just thank you, Plan A. This is turning out to be an awesome weekly event.
Thank you. Thanks. I mean, it wouldn't be possible without, you know, your dedication as builders, and that is really the excitement that you know, that TitanX and the TitanX ecosystem represents. It's really due to protocols like yours, like that of all the builders here. So thank you too. I mean, it's from the community to the builders. Please, and a lot of times it may seem as if it's a thankless job, but please do recognize that it is highly appreciated, and without the builders, we wouldn't be going anywhere fast at all. So great.
Plan A, can you hear me all right?
Yes,
yeah,
we can hear you now.
Yeah. Sorry, we had a lightning storm and I had to unplug a bunch of my stuff.
I think the audio is still not that good. Can you hear me, Crypto Kool-Aid? If you can, just give a thumbs up, because the audio is definitely not working, or definitely not working as good as it should. Okay. Again, I think Crypto Kool-Aid is having some technical issues. So let's press on when he comes back in. I think we definitely would.
Hey, is anybody speaking? Did this whole thing get rugged? I can't hear anybody. I got nothing.
Oh no, yes.
Hello.
Yes, hello. We're speaking. Who's speaking?
Yeah, I can hear you, Plan A. I cannot hear Crypto. I think this has been a reoccurring theme with the Twitter Spaces lately, and just leaving and rejoining is the only solution.
That's true. Yes. Well, actually, I wanted to give a shout out to Mo, by the way. Mo, respect from my side to you. I think you definitely do all the tweets and the contributions are noticed, and keep it up. I think Mo is definitely an OG in the community, and when he can join and contribute, he definitely does that. So I'm just giving him a shout out, and I'm giving everyone else, of course, a shout out here who's been supportive and a regular contributor to these spaces. Yeah, Crypto Kool-Aid is back.
I am having some tech issues today. I apologize, everyone. I'm not sure where I cut off. I had to jump to my phone when I realized my audio interface wasn't working. Where did I break off?
From the beginning.
Oh, yay. What's going on, dude? What's going on, James, Mike D, Plan A? Let me try to recap what I just said. We had a lightning storm yesterday, so I had to unplug everything. So I apologize on my tech being problematic, but from the Pulsar side, everything. Oh, Lord, did the damn thing go off again? Oh, no, we're here. Sorry. We're going according to plan. From our point of view, what we're trying to do is build everything from the subset that most of us, all of Core are OG Hexkins. And we want to make sure that anything that gets deployed on Pulse Chain is picture perfect. We want to make sure that it's done without any worry or discontent. And as I was saying, then the thing that got muted out, one of our founders is one of the executive producers on the highest of stakes. So our ability to deploy and make sure that everything is done on Pulse Chain is our number one priority. So from our point of view and from where we're going, everything is according to plan. We're very close to being out. It's just some small little tweaks. And as we has always put forward, we're not worried about rushing. We want to make sure everything is done crystal clear. So I hope I did not disconnect this time and everyone got that message.
Yes, we did.
Third time's the charm. Third time's the charm. I apologize, everyone.
Thank you. Well, we look forward to. We'll just keep an eye on this space is what I think I'll say to everyone, and we look forward to our further updates.
Of course, my friend. Of course.
Great. Okay. Good. So, kind of moving on. I'd just like to ask at this stage. I think this would be a good point where I think Vets you can ask your question now. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Can everyone hear me? And this, of course, being a little glitchy, had to take a lap.
Trying to get my friend. How are you, buddy?
Hey, good. Hey, so I was just curious, on the Pulsar project, it's using TitanX, not ETH. Is that correct?
No, this is both. So it is basically having the protocol fee, which is going to be in Ethereum, and then TitanX is the use case to actually create Pulsar. So you're going to have the ability to buy Pulsar on market, whether you want to do creation or not. Now, remember, our cornerstone is creation, not inflation. So with that use case, you can take benefit of what Pulsar will be creating later without being processed in actually creating the token. But when you create the token, the protocol fee itself imbues its way to give the form and function to what we're doing down the road. So that is the difference on an infrastructure token versus something that inflates.
So I'll buy Pulsar on the Ethereum side and get Pulsar on the Pulse chain side on the back end. Is that correct, or am I off on how that will flow?
No, you're off, but I mean, we can always talk offline on this. But how it works is you're going to be bringing in TitanX, which is the core component, and then Ethereum, which is the protocol fee, right? And at that point, when you create Pulsar, you are funding the permable, and you will have your e-Pulsar immediately on Ethereum. We then go through the process of bridging from not just a 4-to-1, but a 2-to-1 that goes over your eTitanX and ePulsar, creating a locked liquidity pool in PulseX v2, which all the keys are ascended to create the thickest, low-cost way to acquire your TitanX. And it will be paired against Pulsar and possibly other things, but of course, anyone can pair any LP pool to whatever they want. But you will immediately have your tokens, nothing locked, and you'll be able to play any arbitrage game that you want, because if you are a student of icosahedron, we are trying to create a ceiling price that allows things to move up and to the right.
Great. Is there any other questions, or is that does that address the question you you raised? Okay, I think we've lost Vets there. In any case, okay, yeah, good. Sorry, guys. Sorry for the technical issues we're having today, but we'll get there.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's super glitchy. Thank you.
Okay. Oh, great. Thanks. Okay. If anyone has any other questions, please feel free to let us know, and you can come up and ask your question. So, if there are no further questions, I think we'll get to move on, and just kind of so we've done the updates. Now, of course, we do talk a bit about marketing. That was what what we have definitely on the agenda. In addition to that, I think we could then open the floor to a lot, to any questions or any concerns that anybody has or would like to discuss. I think that would be sort of the rest of our session. So, in terms of marketing, I think many of us know here, I have sort of raised this last few weeks, and I have been having discussions with third party or vendors who provide marketing as a service to the crypto industry. This week I have booked. It would be either Wednesday or Thursday, but we've sort of pinned this down now, that it would be the Thursday, Friday with this marketing company that I will reveal in the marketing Telegram group that's dedicated to building a sort of a marketing approach. So there has to be a strategy to it. I think we've talked about that in the past, and there's just a lot more to it than just going out there and trying to market the ecosystem. So Wednesday, Thursday, if we could join, anyone can join here, that would be really appreciated. I definitely will put out the information again in the Telegram group, Telegram groups, TitanX Telegram groups, and I will also put something out here on X. But yeah, long and short of it, we will be having a discussion on Telegram about this, and so it will be a voice chat. But it is important for us to bear in mind what we're doing. So a strategy has to be laid out. What we're trying to achieve has to be laid out. What are we trying? And I'll give you an example. Are we looking at increasing membership of our Telegram groups? And are we also looking at converting the membership that we gain into, say, people who bring new ETH into the system or are actively participating in the system? These are measurables that I will suggest we will give to any any marketing firm that we work with. And I have already communicated this, of course, to the marketing group that we would be discussing or having a discussion with later this week. So yes, there is a lot to discuss and to formulate before we really kick off. And I did mention last week we would also be having a lawyer to come in and give us some good pointers with the material that we put out there and the words we use, and actually appropriate words that we should adopt as we push these things out. So we're starting this week, and please keep an eye out. I will be giving further information in the various Telegram groups. So good.
Is that going to be more of an 11 o'clock, noon CST my time for Wednesday, Thursday?
Sorry, say that again.
Is it going to be more around the same time for Wednesday, Thursday, as far as geolocation time?
Yeah, well, we're looking at and this is the thing, perhaps an hour earlier than when we usually start this. So it would be, say, looking at 4 p.m. GMT time, because we normally start this session 5 p.m. GMT time.
Fantastic.
So
that's what I wanted to check in on.
Okay, is that something? Is that good?
It's
for
perfect
you?
for me.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
right. Okay, that's great. Okay, I think we can now. We sort of, it's an open floor. If anyone has any question, any concerns, we have an very transparent and open approach here. Please feel free to come up and share your thoughts. And of course, whilst we have our builders here, we have our various protocol creators here. Please feel free to come up and ask questions. I think one thing that kind of has registered during this session quite well is that we can look forward to Titan Blaze, and we can look forward to, yes, I mean, this is Pulsar launching, soon, and that could be, so anywhere between 4 to 8, but I'm putting that time in. I know neither of the founders mentioned any particular time, but I'll if I'm hazarding a guess, I will say within sort of 4 to 8 weeks. I know, of course, we know that Blaze is quite clear that they are going to launch around or after the Bitcoin halvening. So let us watch this space, and there's still a lot to look forward to as we move forward. James.
Yeah, thanks.
You've got your hand up.
Appreciated Plan A. So great services always come at a cost. So marketing and lawyers and these types of things. Could we get an indication of the funding method? Is this a community thing, or is this something that's kind of being handled in a different way?
That's a great question. I would say, put it this: I am bearing the cost. So with the lawyer, definitely. I mean, it's an upfront payment. For the marketing person or marketing firm, we're not paying for the session that we're going to have during the week. But of course, once we adopt the subscription or the solutions that the firm is providing to us, then of course it would have to be paid for, and I will bear that cost. And you may ask why. Well, I think in the spirit of the community that the community spirit that we've built. You're taking, for instance, Mike Dean. Mike Dean has put in countless hours, and of course, so resources wise, both material, time, and he is pretty much been put out there and given to the community. And I know that a lot of our builders here have done very similar, work. So, in a sense, just to cut a long story short, this is me giving back to the community. Now, I think we can get it started. And so when the community, let's see, say after the first, say 2 to 3 months, the community may very well say, listen, we haven't seen any significant difference from what we are doing as a community and what this professional marketing firm brings. Now, when we get there, of course, when we get to that bridge, we'll cross that bridge. But if the view is they're not contributing that much, let's take a different approach. Fine. It may very well be, well, these guys are doing quite a good job, and we can then at that point discuss how we continue to fund in long term. But to answer your question and being direct about it, yes, I'm looking at for the first 3 months, definitely in the marketing side, I'd cover that. I'd cover that cost, and for the legal side, I would bring. So his hour with us, I'll be covering that. But then, as builders, if you have any questions, and I would really be, even if it's not this lawyer that you engage, to be I will say, get some advice as to how as to the material you're putting out there. It is important, and so we are really, I think, running a tight ship here with TitanX and the TitanX ecosystem. And it would be a shame if we get pulled up on nonsense, because we've really taken the hard route, the narrow road to get where we are. So, and when I say that, I mean exactly what I say. So there was no pre-sale, no pre-allocation, no sacrifice, no IDO, no ICO, all that crap that we that comes with this space, and the whole, the people that get hurt as a result. I think TitanX has simply taken the hard road on this. But saying that, I must say, isn't it fascinating that the protocol that did not raise funds via a sacrifice on ICO is one of the few protocols of its age that has a very significant amount in its liquidity pools, and is actually also able to point at an actual marketing firm that is structured, or marketing approach that is structured. What you've seen with a lot of the ICOs and the so-called sacrifices is that they collect all those funds, 10, 15, 20, 50 million, in excess of that. And then they turn around to the community and say to you, I say to the community, please, I say to the community, you have to provide the liquidity, and you go and market the protocol. Now, that sort of bait and switch, and that sort of brazen approach to handling public funds, and that's really what it is. Investor funds is not something we want to be identified with at all, and I definitely don't want to be identified with that. And so, just moving on from that is just to say to you, is just that given that we've done all of that and we've done all the heavy lifting to get to where the community and the various protocols are, we just want to make sure that we adopt best practice in at sort of every step of the way. So yes, long or short of it, we'll continue to do that, and hopefully carry the community along. So thanks everyone for listening. And I think I feel I've been talking now for a very long time on this. So I think with anyone who has anything to add, please feel free.
Yeah, one more thing is that with Pulsar, we are not 4 weeks out. We're any day from giving a 5-day window to launch date. So it's very close. Again, we just have a particular amount of pedigree that we want to make sure gets imbued into what we do on Pulse Chain. And again, thank you, Mike Dean, all the founders, Plan A, and everyone for being here.
Oh, thank you, Crypto Kool-Aid. Thanks a lot. Does anybody else have anything to add? Okay, so if there are no other contributions, I will say we can adjourn. For today, I think we've covered some good ground, and we're looking forward to what the future holds for all the TitanX related protocols. And yeah, may we continue to grow from strength to strength. Great. Well, Mike, this stage. Let's wrap up with final remarks.
All right, yeah. So thank everybody for joining. You guys also on YouTube, thank you for joining. Yeah, I'll be back next week with more strength. So I had a bit of sickness, let's say. My friend likes to say he doesn't believe in sickness, so I'm gonna adopt his mindset, and I'm gonna say my body made me weak this week. So probably that's a better mindset. I'll ask him how I should adjust it. But nevertheless, guys, thank you for joining. And yeah, there's definitely going to be more updates next week. I have some few things on TitanX Hub, which I worked on this week. So I'm going to push them on next week. And some interesting stuff, something more coming up. Thank you for joining. See you next time, guys.
Thanks, Mike. James and Crypto Kool-Aid, please, final remarks for.
Yeah, sure. I will say first, there's an old saying that my grandmother used to give us: feed a cold and starve a fever. So, Mike, I recommend a steak on Monday or Tuesday. Cook yourself a nice big steak like Baby Dragon. Tweet it over to you. And I want to thank all the builders, and I want to thank everybody on the community for sticking together and always coming to the table with new ideas and supporting each other's tweets and having good active discussions. So thanks, everyone. Have a great one.
Absolutely. Positivity is the most important thing you can do to actually build something. And if you get negative, remember, fear is the mind killer. It is the little death.
Thank you, dude.
No, nothing else to add. Just looking forward to making this a weekly thing for all of the build on TitanX protocols. Just feel like this is the go-to place, and I will be here every Sunday. Thanks again, and feel better, Mike.
Great. Thanks, dude. I think Rainman would like to say something before we round up. Okay, I think the technical issues are still with us. But
Can you
anyway,
hear me? Can you hear me?
yes.
Sorry, brother. It is. I'm going between Google Chrome and Brave, and Chrome seems to work the best. But yeah, just everybody keep an eye out for Titan Wars launch. We'll be setting that really public once we know the final date. It's going to be amazing, and get a diamond NFT maybe, and get in that 888 Diamond Club for the Ethereum payout. And so we'll keep you guys updated, and I hope everybody has a great week. And thanks, Plan A and Mike. Hope you feel better, man. I saw that picture. Just that alone will make me feel better. So hope you're doing all right. Cheers.
Great. Thank you. Thanks, Raymond. On that note, I think I will, we round up, and I wish everyone a great week ahead. Take care, and God bless. Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining. See you next time then. Yeah. Bye-bye.